Grant Nelson from Thief River Falls Radio with another edition of Community Grant. Some of you might recognize where I'm sitting. Some of you might not. But you're going to find out a lot about the building and the people that I'm sitting in front of. We're at Young's General Store. This is Steve Holm at Young's General Store. This is a store that's been known for years, decades, and always enjoyed. Now, Steve, tell me a little bit about the background of Young's General Store. I mean, it started in 1907, right?
Correct. Yep. So my wife, Bobby, is the third generation in the store. Her grandfather, Henry Young, started in 1907. And then during World War II, Howard came back because Henry had taken a fall and broke his hip. And so in the 40s, early 40s there, Howard came back to help in the store, ended up taking it over. And Howard ran it then, Bobby's dad. Continuously was here with us. Bobby and I came and joined the store in 1979. Howard was wondering about retirement or what to do with the store, so we came back to try it and been here for 41 years.
Now, has this store always been on the same site since 1907?
Yes, it has been. Originally, Henry had a little store, I think, across the street, a confectionery store, but yeah, then it was moved over here. And another owner had a general store, and then Henry bought that and moved in here and took over, and that was in 1907.
You must have seen people from all over the place.
That's right. My mother-in-law, Howard's second wife, Lorene Young, was in the store, and we worked with her, and she liked to keep a guest book, and she would have people, if they were from somewhere not local or farther off, have them sign the book. And one year she kept track, and I think it was in 2007 she tallied it up. I was just looking at it. She had people from 48 states recorded and probably 10 different countries. So it was interesting. We get to meet a lot of different people. They come from all over. People will come visit their relatives in the area. And they say, oh, we got to go to the Middle River Mall and take a trip. And they would bring all their friends visiting to the store to look around and visit.
All those people who've come through the door of Young's General Store, any celebrities?
Yeah, we did have a fellow in here, so I was visiting with him. You know, I like to ask, well, where are you from? He said, California. I said, oh, well, what are you doing up this way? He said, well, I'm on my way home. And he said, well, where have you been? He said, well, I was in England for a few months. I thought, well, yeah, I guess Middle River kind of is on the way, you know, from England to California. So visiting, well, then he had been doing a play over there. Well, here I found out it was Ned Beatty had stopped by. So that was very interesting.
What was he looking for?
Oh, he had a shopping cart and he was picking up little odds and ends, nothing particular. But yeah, he enjoyed himself. Nobody recognized him in the store. He was in here shopping for an hour or so.
Steve, thank you for so much talking to us. When I hear about Young's General Store, people always talk about it in such a treasured way. I mean, the people, the residents of Middle River and the general area, they seem to have a real genuine affinity for the place.
Yes. Now that we've been ready to hand the keys over to the Strumsets, a lot of people have come in and just expressed their appreciation for us over the years, that we've been there for the community and open to take care of their needs.
You're in a time of transition as you hand off the baton from 1907 to the next generation. How does that feel?
I'm so glad that it's able to continue. We wanted to retire. We're at that age where we got our health and want to get out and enjoy some other things, and I'm so grateful that we were able to find a buyer, that they came forward and that it continue. It would have been devastating to the community if we would have had to close.
Now that you know the history of Young's General Store, let's find out about the future. Let's talk to Matt Stromsen. We're talking to one of the co-owners of Young's General Store, Matt Stromsen. Congratulations, first off.
Well, thank you, Grant. I appreciate it.
Now, we had a chance to talk to Steve and Bobby Young a little bit about the store, and they told us some of the history. You're a young man, but you know Young's General Store. Tell us a little bit about your memories of Young's.
Well, I'm 26, and this store has never been closed a day in my life. You know, it just shows how well that Steve, Bobby, Patsy, when Howard was here, Lorraine, and how they were dedicated to the town and their customers, and we hopefully will continue the tradition and make them proud.
Oh, they got lots of confidence in you. I don't think you need to worry about that. So now it's your father and mother, Mark and Lori Stromsen, yourself and your wife Tiffany are all going to be owners of this store. Have you talked about what your plans are for the store? Is there going to be any changes or anything?
Well, you know, we already are implementing a few small changes, but a lot of these we have already discussed with Steve, Bobby, Patsy, and really what we asked them was, if you were going to do this for another 20 years, what would you change? And so we can't take credit for any of the ideas. It all comes from them, so we cleared it with the bosses first.
Good idea. Do you want to share any of those, or you want to kind of bring them out slowly?
Well, you know, first we did get rid of our movie rentals, so that is it's kind of a sad day, but you know, we kind of had to do it. You know, it's one of those things, we weren't making money on it. So, and with all the streaming nowadays, it just, there wasn't a need for it. So that was one of them. And then the rest of them, you're going to have to come in and find out if there's anything else that's been changed.
You know, it's a store, and also, I mean, wouldn't you say it's kind of a landmark?
Oh, yes, for sure, for sure. There's a legacy and a lore behind the building even. After 100 and some years worth of business, you know, there's definitely, it kind of cements itself into the town and into the surrounding communities. So yeah, like you said, it's a heritage here.
I hear a lot of people around Middle River and really around northwest Minnesota who think quite a bit of this store and quite a bit about Steve and Bobby and Patsy. Could you tell us a little bit about them, please?
These guys, they're awesome. They're awesome. So it's going to be tough losing them, but hopefully they'll be around. So it'll be good.
They said they're going to come check up on you every once in a while, so that'll be good. Now, as going forward, though, we want to let everybody know that you're a full-service hardware store, too. Tell us a little bit about that, would you please?
Yes. And maybe I'll reveal a little bit of what our plans are again. You know, this is a hardware store. It does a lot of hardware business. If you didn't know that, come on in. We'll help you check those things out. But this is also a franchise of the Hardware Hank line. So if you find it at your local Hardware Hank, chances are you're going to find it here, or we're going to be able to order it for you. So come on in, and hopefully in the future you'll be able to find your hardware a little easier.
I'll tell you what, having talked to everybody, knowing Mark and Lori, meeting Tiffany this morning, working with you in the past sometimes, I think Young's General Store is going to be in some real good hands. I want to tell you congratulations, and also thank you from everybody around here that this store is going to be here for the future.
That's right. Hey, and we thank you guys as customers and people who just want to come in and talk to us. Feel free to come in, even if part of my job now is also to be a tour guide. So come on in, and I can show you around the place as much as I can. If I can't find something for you, we'll always call Steve up. We'll try to find it. We'll do the best we can to service you guys. Just give us the chance and come on in.
Young's General Store, it's been here since 1907, and I got the feeling maybe in 2107 they'll be talking about the place.
Oh, we'd sure love to see that. Good old brick and mortar stores.
Now let's talk to some people you're probably going to see on the weekends at Young's General Store. A lot of people are pretty happy about seeing this store keep on being in existence. I mean, part of it is probably nostalgia, but a lot of it is practical too. I mean, this is an essential part of this community. Going forward, tell us a little bit about maybe the store hours and philosophies that were developed by Young's that maybe you want to continue on with.
Yeah, we really do want to keep this rolling because people really do rely on it, and I know Matthew's talked about it, but you know, he's running it, and although we'll be here to help, you know, we're the weekend warriors. We're the ones that'll jump in to help out. But the hours stay pretty much the same. There's only one minor change, and it's Saturday nights. It'll be at 6 o'clock closing instead of 8 o'clock. We just talked with Steve. You know, you talk with the previous owners to find out what worked, what didn't work. So it'll be basically 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Every day except Sunday. And then Sunday is, what do we do, 8 to 1, basically, on Sunday when we'll be in. So otherwise, we're here, 365 days a year. That's one thing that we talked about is we got to continue to do that to make it work here in a small town.
I think it's fantastic, and I think the emotion's fantastic, too. I mean, I've talked with the Holmes. They were emotional about it, but also, and you haven't heard this portion of the interview, they were very confident about handing the store off to you guys.
Gosh, that's well, thanks. We appreciate it. We have a lot of confidence in our son and our daughter-in-law to keep this rolling because, like I said, we put a lot of faith in them, and you know what? We have a lot of faith in this community, Middle River, and the surrounding area. I mean, there's a lot of people that do a lot of traveling to get here, so we really do have a lot of faith in the people.
And did Matthew talk about the change of the logo just a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the change of the logo is in memory of Grandpa Linus Strumset, and it's just a diamond around the S, because that is his ranch.
Yeah, that was our brand on our cattle back on the farm in Cooperstown. So
we want to keep that. So that's kind of like our little bit of Strumsets.
Yeah, but otherwise everything else gonna stay the same here. Okay. So
I'm not too worried about you guys being able to engage with customers. I think you'd be just fine. And also, are you all schooled up on your lore of Young's General Store history?
boy, somewhat. Lori's better than I am, but
yeah, we got a book. We got the book of the history book. We'll have to probably keep that in the back here so we can.
Well, Lori and Matthew are very much talkers. I'm the quiet one in the family. They're the ones that'll keep this going.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. And thanks, Grant and Dave. We appreciate you guys coming down here for this.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Congratulations and good luck in the future. I think it's going to be a bright one. This is where Howard Young used to hold court in front of Young's General Store. I hope you enjoyed our little segment with the new owners as Steve and Bobby and Patsy pass on this, well, really fine piece of history to its new owners, Mark and Lori and Matt and Tiffany. It's Young's General Store. It's going to be here for a while. I'm Grant Nelson from Thief River Falls Radio, and this has been another edition of Community Grant.